Assalamualaikum and hi. So for our group presentation today, which is the Hibiscus Petroleum. So first, let me introduce our team members. They are Amir Safwan, Harry Izan, Haziq Zakwan, and myself, Norvida Anisham. So first, let me tell you the contents that we will explain to you. Just now, I'll introduce our team members. So next, I'll explain the company background, and my friends will continue with the segmental reporting and also the interim reporting. For the company background, Hibiscus Petroleum listed on the main market of Bursa Security on 25th July 2011, Malaysia's first listed independent oil and gas exploration and production company. So the key activities for the company are focus on monetizing producing oil fields, growing portfolio and development, and producing asset in geographical areas. It also focused on shareholder value whilst always being conscious of the environment of community. Hibiscus Petroleum also have been classified has been Sharia compliant by the Sharia Advisory Council of the Security Commission in Malaysia. Now, let's take a look at the management approach. Now, let's go through the factors to consider segment reporting. First, the nature of business activity. Hibiscus Petroleum is an investment holding which includes the management of the operation relating to the production of the petroleum. So the segment for this company are operating segment, and under the operating segment, which are Malaysia Kinabalu, Malaysia North Sabah, commercial arrangement area, they have the geographical segment. Next, the nature of production process, which are the information of manager responsible for the activities and presented to the board of directors. Lastly, the method to distribute their products and service is existing pipeline infrastructure, LCOT, which is Labuan Crude Oil Terminal, and all other equipment and assets relating to PSC. For the type of segment, Hibiscus Petroleum operates their segment using the geographical segment, and it provides the operation in four major geographic areas, which are Malaysia, North Sabah, Malaysia, Kinabalu, and others, Commercial Arrangement Area, and United Kingdom. Last but not least, before I pass to the next presenter, I'll introduce the Chief of Decision Making for the Hibiscus Petroleum. So, for the CODM for Hibiscus Petroleum Berhad is Dr. Knusrat Pereira, who holds Managing Director position in the company. He is in charge to assess performance of various segments and decide on an allocation of resources to respective segments. His responsibility towards the company includes make decisions regarding resources allocation and performance assessment of Hibiscus Petroleum Berhad, review management risk, and review effectiveness of internal control system of the company. Next, I'll pass to Khairul Izan to present his points.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khairul Izan and I will talk about segmental report and conclusion. And for this one is I will explain about how to determine reportable and non-reportable segment. In this section, there is two tests that can be determine the reportable and non-reportable segment. The first one is 75 revenue test and the second one is 10% threshold test. The first one is 10% threshold test. In this test, this is to determine whether all segments are equal or more than 10% of the total revenue to determine whether it is reportable or not reportable. The first segment is Malaysia North Sabah. The total sale of this segment, 791,291 ringgit is divided to the total revenue 1,691,515 ringgit is equal to 56.78%. And the next segment is Malaysian Kinabalu and others. The sale is 188,791 ringgit divided is the total revenue is equal to 11.16%. And the third is commercial arrangement area. The sale is 380,091 ringgit divided by the total revenue 1,691,515 ringgit. It is equal to 22.49%. And the United Kingdom, it still is 330,492 ringgit divided by the total revenue is equal to 19.56%. And not to forget, Vietnam and Australia is 0% because there are no sales generate. And next is 75% revenue test. This test is to determine whether segmental report is equal to 75% or more of total revenue. And for reportable segment, Malaysian North Sabah, Malaysian Kinabalu and others, commercial arrangement area and United Kingdom. They all total up to 100% of total revenue. And for not reportable, Vietnam and Australia, they are 0% because of they not generate any income. And this is the working of the reportable segment. Is the total revenue of reportable segment divided by the total revenue is equal to 100%. And now I will talk about how to reproduce segmental report. First one is we must include all the relevant segments. Uh, they have 4 reportable and 2 non-reportable, which is for the reportable, we have Malaysian North Sabah, Malaysian Kinabalu and others, commercial area, arrangement area, and United Kingdom. And for the non-reportable, we have Vietnam and Australia. And we also must to add investment, holding, and group activities because they also have generate income but not in geographical segment. And after we check all the condition, which is 4 reportable and 2 non-reportable, we include the all information including the asset and the revenue generated. After that, we finalize with the profit and loss after tax. And for the conclusion part, there are advantages and disadvantages of segmental reporting. The advantages is the first one, the performance and evaluation of the company result are easier to understand and they can make better decision. The second one is to help uh, potential investor with a better decision making in investment purposes. And the third one is it is easier to determine the profitable or loss incurring unit with this segment. And next is disadvantages of segment reporting. The first one is it is useless for financial statement users such as investors, since it may incur some differences of opinion regarding risk and return. And the second one is company may incur higher costs in providing segmental report to external users such as investor or banking. And the third one is it is leading to competitiveness among the company as it reveals some important information regarding profitability of the company to the other rival company.
Hi, this is me, Amir Safwan bin Susaini. Okay, for my part, I will explain a little bit about our interim report, which is MFRS 134 for the Hibiscus Petroleum Company. Okay, so we are in delay, let's go. Okay, for the preparation basis of interim reporting, okay, for the basis of preparation, we have a integral method part of annual and discrete method. Okay. Okay, for the integral method part of annual, there has a interim report is a fraction of the annual report and the annual value is a fraction of the reporting period. Okay, as for the discrete method, they have a separate period and they also prepare on the periodic basis. Okay, for the accounting policies, okay, the impairment of non-financial asset. Okay, the group and the company assess at each reporting date whether there is any indications that can asset may be impaired. If any such indication exists or request for an annual impairment assessment for an asset arise, the group and the company make an estimation of the asset recoverable amount. Okay, for the purpose of assessing impairment, assets are grouped at the lowest level where they are separately identifiable cash flow. Okay, next accounting policies, we have provisions. Okay, pre precognize when the group and company have a present obligation which is legal or constructive as a result of past event, and is probable that an outflow of economic resources will be required to settle the obligation, and amount of obligation can be reliably measured. Okay, the provisions are reviewed at each reporting date and adjusted to reflect the current best estimation. Okay, lastly for my part, I will share to you guys for the type of interim report for this Hibiscus Petroleum Company. Okay, the interim reports are financial reports prepared for an interim period which is shorter than a year. It can be quarterly, bi-monthly or semi-annually. Hibiscus Petroleum Berhad prepares quarterly interim report. The third quarterly interim report ends 31st March each year, and the latest third quarterly report date back to 31st March 2022.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hazizakun bin Muhammad Nazri, and I will present about the period of current interim report and comparative. Okay, for the statement of financial position, the current interim report is from 1st January 2022 until 30 March 2022, while comparative from 1st July 2022 until 30 June 2021. Okay, for the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, for the current interim report, it's from 1st January 2022 until 30 March 2022, which is 3 months ended. And then the second one is from 1st July 2021 until March 2022, which is 9 months ended. While for the comparative, it starts from the 1st January 2021 until 30 March 2021, also 3 months ended. And the second one is from 1st July 2020 until 30 March 2021, also 9 months ended. Okay, for the statement of cash flow, the current interim report starts from 1st July 2021 until 30 March 2022, while for the comparative, it starts from 1st July 2020 until 30 March 2021. And the last one, for the statement of changes in equity, for the current interim report, it starts from 1st July 2021 until 30 March 2022. And for the comparative, it starts from 1st July 2020 until 30 March 2021. Okay, for the first adjustment, for the company, Hibiscus Petroleum Berhad should use a reducing balance method to determine their equipment depreciation, since Hibiscus Petroleum equipment has the most productive and highest utilization ability at the beginning of its useful life. Okay, next for the second adjustment, Hibiscus Petroleum Berhad should use a reversion model to record their intangible asset. As we can see, the reversion model must be measured by replacing an active market. Therefore, it is very suitable for Hibiscus Petroleum Berhad since it has a dynamic market. Okay, and now I will show you guys about the adjustment. Now we go for the before the adjustment. There is four different places, which is North Sabah, Kinabalu, and others, United Kingdom, and Vietnam. Okay, for the adjustment of depreciation, In North Sabah, there is 112,777,000, while in Kinabalu and others, which is 49,385,000 ringgit. For the United Kingdom, 73,007,000 ringgit, while in the Vietnam is 1,530,000 ringgit. And for the reversion model, it is 4,506,779,000 ringgit. And now we go for the after adjustment in the same four different places. For North Sabah, the depreciation is 101,499,300 ringgit. For Kinabalu and others, which is 44,446,500 ringgit. While for the United Kingdom, 65,706,300 ringgit. And lastly, for the Vietnam is 1,377,000 ringgit. For the revaluation model is 2,788,043,000 ringgit. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Okay, guys, that's all from our group. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Kamsahamnida.